Just because estudyante pa ako, doesn't mean I can't go off chasing my dreams.
Just because kasal na kami, doesn't mean we can't embark on a new journey.
Just because single parent ako, doesn't mean I can't go off on adventures.
Just because may edad na ako, doesn't mean I can't look for new experiences.
Just because single ako, doesn't mean I'm lonely.
And just because I'm on a budget, doesn't mean I can't experience the finer things in life.
That's why at AirAsia, we believe that when it comes to your dreams, no one should settle for anything less than what they deserve. That's why even if you pay less, doesn't mean it has to be less convenient. It doesn't mean you get less comfort. It doesn't mean you can't be treated like a VIP. Because whatever the price, getting you to your dreams shouldn't feel anything less than a luxury. AirAsia, the world's best low-cost airline.
Building a home for your family in the Philippines? Get connected with the right partner. Your house and lot, condominium, home improvement, and loan takeout is made easy with PNB's OPHL. It's available at PNB LA, New York, Tokyo, Nagoya, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Middle East. OPHL allows borrowers to pay in local currency without remittance fees. No co-borrower required. Qualified borrowers must also have good credit standing, stable employment, and sufficient disposable income. Loan up to 80% of the property value and enjoy easy payment terms. Visit the nearest PNB branch to apply today.
Maging busing ng patok na negosyo ngayon. Safety na, secured pa. Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Mag-micro-kidlat operator ka na. Alright.
Welcome to the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship in this new digital economy. People from all walks of life, students, professionals, and online entrepreneurs, direct sellers, online dropshippers are now looking for innovative ways and means to maximize the power of this new digital economy and learn from home and earn from home as well. Remember that there are 3 critical success factors for you to be successful in this new digital economy. Number 1 is your entrepreneurial mindset. Number 2, your entrepreneurial mastery. And number 3 is your entrepreneurial management. 3 questions that you have to ask yourself. What are you passionate about? Number 2, what are the relative skills that you have in this new economy? And number 3, what do you think are the expectations of your partners or your clients or your customers? We at the Academy offer you valuable masterclass courses that will develop you and hone you to become a champion entrepreneur online. We want you to become a digital brand in this new economy. So click the link below and learn more about the 4 masterclass courses that we offer in entrepreneurship, in entrepreneurial management, digital entrepreneurship, and digital selling. So again, I'm your coach, Jonathan Petalver, of the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship in this new digital economy. Welcome and see you in class. Welcome and see you in class. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all our kababayans in North America, especially in Canada and the USA. I'm your coach, Coach Jonathan Petalver, streaming live here in the Philippines, but later on you are going to meet our resident coach as well, all the way from the Bay Area in California, none other than Coach Kyle Solon, the Senior Executive Vice President of Exertus Financial Services, and at the same time, he is our founding partner in the USA, the Academy, your training hub for Entrepinoy Shift. Again, magandang gabi po sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa Canada, dyan sa Amerika, and syempre sa mga nanonood sa anumang sulok ng mundo. Because later on, I saw some of them, they're already here, and excited once again to learn from Coach Kyle on how we are going to leverage the online businesses in this new economy. Our special topic for today as we launch Season 3, Episode 3 is how can you sell more and more often, especially in this new digital economy. If I may repeat that again, mga kababayan, paano nga ba Coach John at Coach Kyle, no? Kaming mga nandito sa Amerika, kaming mga overseas Filipino immigrants, no? We are already immigrants, we're naturalized citizens already. How can we maximize? Because if there's one thing good that this pandemic has brought us is it broke the barriers between what? Countries and, businesses around the globe, right? You can now do business anywhere, anytime with anyone. Dito sa Pilipinas, ang tawag natin dyan, kabayan, learn from home. L-earn. Before you earn, you have to learn. That's why we are giving this online platform. It's an online masterclass platform for you. All you have to do is log in and watch over YouTube and Facebook. And if you like it, please drop by every week, no, for you to learn. And please get a pen and a paper, because for sure Coach Kyle will be giving us tips and techniques on how we are going to thrive and manage our businesses. Whether you are a startup or planning to do one, you can maximize it. Of course, let's greet one of our coaches also from North America, all the way from Vancouver, Canada, live right now. Magandang gabi sa inyo dyan, Coach Rachel, partner Rachel and Mel Abonita of the Abonita Services, also financial services, and they are our partners, no, yung our Chronicle, no? Later on, I'm gonna share with you a link wherein you as a Filipino can see what's going on in Vancouver as well. Hello, Coach John and Coach Kyle, excited to new learnings. Also with us, watching with us is our good partner from Ortigas Land, no? Boss Rafael Escalambre and Colin Co. All right. So again, let me explain to you what's this platform all about. Now we are going to discuss topics, no, and with Coach Kyle around, he will be with us this season,
and I will start a series called Leveraging, How to Become an Entrepreneurial Leader. So he will be sharing to us tips and techniques of what he's doing, and how can we also maximize, or how can we be part of what he's doing already. So kabayan, kung ready na kayo, I'd like to call in our partner, okay, all the way from San Jose, California, and of course to give us some glimpse of what he's doing and how he made it, he made himself successful. He will share with us his secrets live tonight from San Jose, California, Coach Kyle Solon. How are you, sir? Are you there? How are you, Coach Kyle? I hope you can hear us right now. And please, there you go. Good evening, Coach Kyle.
Hey, Coach Jay, how you doing? And how's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me okay?
I hear you okay, bro.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to be on this this episode here. And I know you and I have been talking a lot behind the scenes about entrepreneurship and how to be an entrepreneur in this new digital economy. So I'm excited to play a small part to the active listeners and people around the world. And we're just going to have a lot of fun here today.
Sure. So, Coach Kyle, I hope, you can share. I think, I know you are a Filipino, right? But you've been living there for I think 3 decades, right? And you see how it changed, right? The business landscape or platform pre-COVID and during COVID. So are there differences right now in terms of, let's say, building your network or selling a product or a service or something?
Yeah, I would say so. What the pandemic has taught us is, we really have to pivot. We have to adapt and, of course, shift to the new digital economy. And those that have not done that in the last 12, 18 months, you could probably see their business has been decimated or crushed. And those that have shifted and recognized there is a shift, actually are thriving more than ever before. So, no different from being in the Bay Area to being around the world. If you don't have an online presence, I believe you're not in business today. So it's vitally important.
Correct. Can you tell us about like you've been with companies or should I say startups, right? What's the big difference right now, let's say, of the businesses that you set up or you start with pre-COVID and now that there is COVID? I mean, for sure you are so excited to share with us some techniques or tips on our kababayans on how they can maximize their work from home, right? Their work from home or their status right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I would say is this has taught us, for me personally, I feel like, are you in the right industry? Are you in an industry that is pandemic proof or recession proof or depression proof? And that's the first thing that comes to mind because, as an entrepreneur / intrapreneur, and we're gonna get to that, is a lot of people want to start their own business, have their own business, probably have their own business today. But are you set up in a way where, like we talked about, Coach Jay, the digital economy, are you set up in a way where, if something happens, like a pandemic, can you weather the storm, or are you going to be like most industries that we're going to talk about? One is, travel, leisure, hotel. Are you going to be an industry that fell by the wayside,
Correct. So you have a good point there, right? Because as we leverage, right? Because you're going to teach us to share with us how you can leverage, but guys, for sure, you know what leverage means. But for me, leverage is like, even I'm sleeping, leveraging is like there's money coming into the business as like this one, right? We are now live broadcasting and someone enrolls into the academy now, right? There's like a $10-$20 income, but we're talking, right? I mean, that's the basic definition, right? But when you define leverage, Coach Kyle, you representing, or you being a Filipino, you see the Filipino community there in the US, right? do they really understand now, or what's the percentage of Filipinos there leveraging, especially in this pandemic? Because you see the impact, it's been over a year, right? Here in the Philippines, there's still the impact still not that good. But of course, in the US, we saw that people are not wearing masks anymore. Like you can go out and it's like back to normal. But still, there has been a dent or effect already. And how? My question now is, in choosing the right industry, how does leveraging plays a significant role in choosing the right industry, Coach Kyle?
Hey, you know what? That's an incredible question, Coach Jay, and I can simply say this. You need to learn how to leverage so you stop being average. That's number one. And even an average person can have leverage, and you don't have to have special talent, but leverage is huge. It's one of the great definers. And what I mean by leverage is you can have OPM, OPT, OPE. Let me describe what I'm talking about.
Sure.
OPM, other people's money. That's a form of leverage, right? OPT, other people's time, and OPE, other people's efforts. And here in this game, leverage, we talk about, most people, when I sit down with people and I say, well, you know what, if you were a workaholic and you were somebody who is just nonstop working every single day, what's the most amount of hours you can work a day? And some people say, well, 8 hours where I work, 16 hours. And I say, well, how many hours in a day? 24 hours. Well, can you work 36 hours a day? And we say, of course not. There's only 24 hours there. I have to sleep. I have to eat. I have to be with my family. I have to do this, do that. But I say, well, what if I were to tell you I get paid off of 240 hours a day, 2,400 hours a day?
That's leveraging. That's leveraging, right? It's like, guys, are you with us? And to all our kababayans, there's just 24 hours a day, right? And most of the time, let's say 8 hours you sleep, etc. 10 hours maximum or 16 hours. Leveraging, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Kyle, is making your 10 hours 100 hours productive or profitable a day. Am I correct?
That's right.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
100%, Coach Jay. And that's something that you learned and you teach and you really have learned to master. And, we want the fellow, our fellow people, the Filipino people, and also every community to understand that, because that's how you can get ahead in life. And I believe that's how you have ultimate wealth, have that leverage.
That's a great revelation there. I just remembered, like let's say in the US, right? Let's say some people are earning like $50, $100 per hour. And on the average, how much is the right now in the US, like $10, $12 per
Something
hour? On the
right around there. That's right. Average minimum wage, I think it's $10.
Correct. Let's say average minimum wage is $10. Now with the leveraging, I don't care if I'm just averaging $10 per hour. If I can multiply the $10 100 times, that's what you're saying. So yes, I am $10 per hour. But if I can if you can show me a system, especially in these challenging times, that my $10 per hour would be $1,000 a day, or $1,000 a day, that would be great. So that's why I love what you said about stop being average, leverage other people's money, OPM, right? Other people's time, OPT, or I could say other people's talent, because sometimes you saw the opportunity, but you don't have the talent. But you know someone who has the talent for that opportunity. Connect them, and that's also a way to leverage it, right?
Absolutely. Correct. Other people's efforts, So
correct.
You are the master. You're the champion at this, and this is why you want to spread the message all over multiple regions and countries around the world, because we all work hard. We all work hard for our families. We all work, and we've seen our families work hard. Now it's time to work smart, right?
Sure. Sure. Correct. I love what you said about you work hard, you work smart, because I'm a firm believer of working smart. But honestly, the wisdom there is you will never come to a point to work smart unless you work hard before, right? I mean, because there are some teachings that you don't have to work hard. No. You have to work hard until such time you discover how to work smart. You never work smart unless you work hard, because you do a lot of research, you do a lot of, waking up early in the morning, staying up late at night. And for me, that's hard work. Now, let's go back, Coach Kyle, here, because as you become an entrepreneurial leader, I always love the word entrepreneurial leader, because we will always tell our students or anyone, the professionals who would like to jump on and become an entrepreneur, you have to have the right mindset, right? Can you tell us about that entrep mindset? Where did it start? I mean, I know you are on your mid-30s, right? But when did it start? When did it start? And what pushed you or inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, don't reveal my age, Coach Jay. I feel like I'm too old, man. I know, you're in your 20s, I'm in my 30s, so time waits for nobody. And that's a great question you asked about when I kind of flipped the switch. I think it was early on when I was maybe in high school and or maybe a little bit of college that I took. I didn't quite finish college, but I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew that, I remember it's funny, I tell the story to some friends and family and people as I speak all across the country. I talk to people and say, you know what? I think I was in astronomy. It was an astronomy course, an astronomy class. We were looking up in the sky, learning about constellations. And, I was that C average student. I could have excelled and become a B and an A. And certainly I didn't really exert too much effort because that wasn't, I wasn't really into the books and all that stuff. But I remember looking up and he was teaching us about constellation. There was a group of maybe, I forget, 50 students in the course. And I thought to myself, when am I going to be able to use this in business? How can I apply this to create leverage, to create residual income? When will I be able to, I know just a lot of thoughts came to my head. And I think that point in time, I decided just to walk out and never look back and say, I'm going to learn from people that, I want to create the lifestyle. I want to learn from people that are successful. I want to learn from people who have made it and created leverage and have time freedom, financial freedom. And I think it started early on. I had the desire because I didn't have much growing up. All I did was I had desire. I knew that if I applied the hard work, because we're going to work hard no matter what, whether you're a ditch digger, a roofer, in the hot sun, or you're going to use your brain and use your skills. And I just knew that I needed to find the right mentor. And that's something that I'm sure we're going to be talking about is, are you coachable? Are you teachable? Are you trainable? And that's what was the switch for me, was understanding that a lot of things that we learn is theory, but we need to learn like application, things that we can use in the marketplace and make us successful.
Now, you have a great point there, Coach Kyle. Finding the right mentor is very, should I say, significant right now, or very vital, because there are a lot of Filipinos that we've been coaching now. And they know what they want to do, but sometimes they need someone to mentor them, right? Because when you start something, make sure that you have a support group who somehow, because you see, in these new digital times, or in this new disruptive, we call it disruptive economy, what you think will work sometimes might not work. And what you think will not work might be the opportunity that you've been waiting for. And for me, sometimes it goes with age. That's why I was wondering sometimes here in the Philippines, right? How come the government will always hire someone who is, on their senior years or something? Because maybe, they see what will work, they see what will not work. Does that happen also in some of the businesses that you chose? I mean, are there times that, how you wish there was a mentor right away when you start the business, instead of you having all the gut feel, and of course, as young as we are, we are so aggressive, and that we can, bring impact or something. So how significant and important is mentoring for you, Coach Kyle?
Oh, it is everything. It is the end all and everything for me. And I always tell people this, and I learned this the hard way, Coach Jay, is, mentorship is wisdom without waiting.
Wisdom without waiting.
You need a mentor. You need to find somebody. Guess what? There are two ways to learn. is through your own mistakes or through other people's mistakes. Why won't you shortcut the shortcut and learn from other people's mistakes? I mean, I'm sure if people would take your courses, learn from you, your brain, take you out to lunch, take you out to dinner, like I did, as a young person, I said, you know what? Let me learn from somebody that I feel like I want to create this lifestyle through. And through that process, it saved me a lot of time. It saved me a lot of headache and sweat and tears, because mentorship, I believe, is something I subscribe to. And what I mean by mentorship, it's not really you have to be mentored by a personal person, like physically. You have to be attractive to the mentor personally, but also you need to work on yourself, because you can learn mentorship through books, a $10 book that has $1 million ideas, a course, whether it be whatever the price the course may be. But guess what? That could make you 10x or 100x or 1,000x your growth. I mean, it doesn't have to be through a person, but through these experiences, you will be attractive enough for a mentor to say, you know what, I want to mentor this young person, this young lady, this young man, and say, I want to help them get to where they need to get to. So sometimes mentorship is not personally, a lot of times, but it could be through a lot of the sources that we see out there.
Correct. So, Coach Kyle, moving forward, you mentioned, or you asked the question to our audience right now of, are you in the right industry? But based on your experience, for you've been in the business or setting up companies, starting up companies, building teams and all. There in the US or globally, I shouldn't say in the US, but globally, what do you think, or what is your bet on the top 3 industries? Okay, let me repeat that again, Coach Kyle. What do you think is your bet on the top 3 industries that you think we can help, or you can help people right now wherever they are, and they can start something on those chosen industries? But before you answer that, we'll have a quick break, Coach Kyle, and then we will answer those questions, and we will entertain the questions that we have online. So again, this is your coach Jonathan, live from the Philippines, together with Coach Kyle, our founding member of the Academy, live from the Bay Area in San Jose, California. We will be right back. You are watching Champion Ang Pinoy sa Amerika. We will be right back.
Welcome to this masterclass course in digital entrepreneurship. Yes, it's all about digital entrepreneurship. And today, I'd like to discuss with you first what digital entrepreneurship is all about. Digital entrepreneurship is a term used by most entrepreneurs right now because of the new digital economy. And what does this mean? Digital entrepreneurship is all about business using technology. And using this technology, it will change the way entrepreneurs will think, feel, and act, or specifically do things in terms of practice, theory, and of course, education. So let's go to the 3 critical success factors on how you can become a digital entrepreneur. First is all about your product. Next is all about your platform. And last is all about your process. You have to take note that maybe some of you are already doing this. But since you are now entering into this digital technology, you need to put digital before your product, digital before your platform, and digital before your process.
All right, so you are watching live Season 3, Episode 3 of Champion Ang Pinoy sa Amerika. Because right now, we are streaming live from San Jose, California, the Bay Area, where Silicon Valley is. Or actually, Silicon Valley is part of San Jose, or San Jose is part of Silicon Valley. So we are with Coach Kyle, and Coach Kyle is our founding partner of the Academy, a training hub for entrepreneurship. So Coach Jonathan also is streaming live here from Manila, and soon we will be streaming live all together from Asia, Middle East, Europe, and North America, Canada included. And tonight, your time, we are with Coach Kyle, and he's telling us about the power of leveraging. And I'm learning a lot here, mga kababayan, kasi syempre it's high time that we leverage, right? Because we can't do anything, right? 24 hours a day, even though we work 24 hours a day and you valued yourself as at $20, $30, $40, $50 per hour, still, you are limited by the time. But Coach Kyle is sharing with us, teaching us right now on how you can leverage your time, on how you can leverage yourself in terms of being productive and being profitable. So please do watch us, because this will be a 3-part entrepreneurship leveraging series, of which Coach Kyle will be sharing to us and teaching us on what kind of industry, what kind of platform, and what kind of support system he can give us. And let's take advantage of this, mga kababayan, because anywhere you are, wherever you are watching right now, you may be in Asia, you may be in Middle East, Europe, or North America, or Africa, or anywhere you are in this world, right? We can learn, we can start learning from home. And it all starts with the right mindset. So again, I'm bringing in Coach Kyle to continuously share with us on having the right mindset. What kind of industry should I be in, or should I at least try as of this time? So Coach Kyle?
Hey, Coach Jay, can you hear me okay?
Very good. Loud and clear, sir.
So mindset, in order to have the right mindset, I believe you have to have the right mind shift. Mind shift is everything. And I heard it from some mentors, and I know Coach Jay and I, we talk about this all the time, is the difference between a multi-billionaire to, let's say, ditch diggers, and that's a noble profession. Again, it doesn't matter what you do. The difference remains the same, is how are you thinking? How do you think? How do you think? And when I really got that in my mind, because I had to ponder on that, I had to pray about it, I had to think about that and mentalize it and visualize about that. A lot of us are thinking the incorrect things. A lot of us are thinking the 80,000 plus thoughts that are going into our mind every day, because we're having two conversations right now. The one that Coach Jay and I are having with you, and the one that are running through your thoughts now. You might be a little ADD like myself, but what are you thinking? 95% of our thoughts are the same thoughts of yesterday, of yesterweek, and yesteryear. So if you want to change the things in your life, you must change the thoughts of your life. That's the first and foremost what I would say about mind shift. It happens in the mind. You have to shift whatever's going on in the mind first, because a lot of us, including myself, say, yes, I live in Silicon Valley. San Jose is a part of Silicon Valley and is one of the most wealthiest places in the world. Top 3, if not top 1, with Facebook and Google and Netflix and Amazon and all these incredible companies around the corner from where I live. But that wasn't so when I grew up here. I grew up in kind of the I would say the east side of San Jose. Nobody knew that this was going to be one day Silicon Valley or the Bay Area, the wealthiest place. But if I would have stayed in that mindset of the lack of not enough, or why mentality, or victimhood mentality, then I would have never seen the great. I could never leave the good to go for the great. So I think for first and foremost, Coach Jay, is you have to have the right mindset, and in order to it's the right mind shift.
Correct. Interestingly, Coach Kyle, you mentioned about change your thoughts, it will change your life. Just like Coach John, right? We're here in the Philippines. We're here in in Asia, and there's still a lot of Filipinos or Asians coming from here, right? Who was the same mindset. Because you're right, there must be a shift. That's why we are introducing what we call the entrepreneur shift. No, it's high time that Filipinos around, and when I talk about entrepreneurs, I'm not talking about you going, venturing yourself into business right away. That's why we are talking about mind shift. Because yeah, you're right. When you change your thoughts, it will really change your life. And one thing good about what's happening here is, we are changing mindsets, just like what you are doing, what I am doing, and I am like 15 hours, 16 hours ahead of your time. But see, I mean, we can connect and we can bring something that of global standard to a Filipino. Because you see, Coach Kyle, the program or the platform basically is, yes, we are going global, but still our mission is to educate, equip, and empower. And not only that, enable. Because you see, enablement is of relevance right now because a lot of people will teach you, right? Will teach you how to do it. But few will be as patient, to do or to be with your journey. You get my point? Because we've seen a lot, right? We've seen a lot of good people talking about this and this, but can they really, guide us in terms of how to do it? So it's like cooking, right? It's like you are my mentor, I am your mentor. Let's say in cooking this, can I really, be with you until such time that the food will be cooked? That's why the thought here also that we want to break, Coach Kyle, is that key of leveraging. Because if you want to sell more and win more, Coach Kyle, right? Putting up a business is easy. Growing it could be easy also, but sustaining its growth is the real thing right now. And that is one thing that I want you to share with us in terms of what you're doing with Exertus right now. I mean, because you keep on telling me about the entrepreneurship mindset, right? But what is it that Exertus has, that made you their number one? I should, modesty aside, I will be the one to tell it. That made you the number one financial planner all over the organization, within the organization. What is it that you have? Is it more of the platform? Is it more of the technology? What is it that you can teach us or help us in terms of plugging into the system right where we are now?
Absolutely. And thank you for that, Coach. And I think that what's allowed my family and I, my wife and I, my growing family and I to experience the success that we've had is what you talk about, mindset.
Mindset.
Right. And if you don't have that, there's an element of whatever business you have. There's two elements: is being able to work in your business, but also work on your business. Working in your business is working the business, but working on your business is what most people don't think deems is important, is the mindset, right? And if you're stuck in your old ways, whatever it may be, maybe lack, maybe things that happened in the past, maybe the limited thinking or the stinking thinking, all these things, then you can have person A and person B, and we have two different people have different results, someone who's failed and somebody who made it. So I think that's the main purpose is, what is the mindset like? And you asked me about myself. Is I believe that in this new day, this new day and age in digital economy that you refer to a lot, which I love, is you need to really understand entrepreneurship versus intrapreneurship.
And what's the big difference, Coach Kyle?
And
what's the big difference between,
And I believe I-N-T-R-A, intrapreneurship is the modern day entrepreneurship. Okay. And let me explain. As an entrepreneur, you're wearing all the hats. You're the CEO, and the same day, you're maybe the janitor taking out the trash. First one in, last one out, last one to get paid. As the entrepreneur, you're bearing all the risk and all the responsibilities and a lot of high outlay. An average business, they say, Coach Jay, is not only 5,000 US to start, maybe 50,000, maybe $500,000. As an intrapreneur, You have all the benefits, everything at your disposal, but you're plugging and playing into a system. Let me give you one of the best examples of entrepreneurship. Coach Jay, have you heard of the company called Microsoft?
Microsoft. Oh, Microsoft is one of my valued clients here in the Philippines, in Asia.
Wonderful. So you know what I'm talking about here. And, Bill Gates was the entrepreneur who took all the risk. He was the one who visualized the brand and everything. And of course, what you see today. But a lot of people don't know the story of Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer was a gentleman who came in alongside Bill Gates, and the platform was there already. Everything was set for someone like Steve Ballmer. But guess what? Because Steve Ballmer was able to run alongside Mr. Bill Gates, he was able to become a multi-billionaire in Microsoft himself. That was the intrapreneur. He was an entrepreneur, but he actually had a system already to plug and play without all the upside, but also
without the birth pains, right? I mean, the system has been proven. There are prime movers who really, put the sweat and blood and tears into it. But here comes the entrepreneur. Correct me if I'm wrong, because what Coach Jonathan and what we are doing is, if entrepreneurship is the new model, right? Because here in this new digital economy, mga kababayan, it's very important that you understand the business model or the business canvas. It's, business model is simply, where is money coming from? How does the company or the system generates income, right? You have to understand that. So you're saying that entrepreneurship is the new entrepreneurship, right? Therefore, to some who would like to venture into business or entrepreneurship, should they first understand what entrepreneurship is all about before they go into intrapreneurship, or they can go straight right away to becoming an entrepreneur?
Before, yes, but now you can just plug and play to an intrapreneur model. You can just plug and play to an intrapreneur model. But more so than that, there's so many things that you could do out there, of course, in this new digital economy. And with a lot of people recognizing opportunity, especially with what we've been going through the last 18 months, it's vitally important the industry that you choose, because there's so many industries. But let me give you an example. But if you chose the fitness industry, if you chose hotel, travel, and leisure industry, if you chose maybe opening up a small business restaurant in this time, a lot of people got crushed. A lot of people, they really learned a very valuable lesson. And the new digital economy allows you to build a business not only offline, because that model is already proven, but also online. And that's what leads me to financial services. And there's a lot of industries that I believe in, but for me personally, maybe I might be a little biased, but I think the country needs financial literacy. There's a lack of literacy in financial industry, especially with our fellow Filipinos. My parents are born in the Philippines. I'm first generation in California, and I look around all from my grandparents to my family to my siblings to all my relatives, and not just Filipinos, every community. I feel there's a lack of financial education in our society. That if we were taught this information growing up, whether it be through high school, through college, or what have you, we would be a lot further ahead in life.
Correct. So still, it all boils down to the entrepreneurial mindset, right? That's why with your help, Coach Kyle, we can reach, our vision and our mission is to reach 1 million of our kababayans. Just log on. We're showing you now. Just log on to this website that we created for you, and all you have to do is register, and we shall be giving you, like entrepreneurial master courses as a scholar. And I hope with that, you can consider, becoming an entrepreneur as well. So we will take our last break, Coach Kyle. I know you will still have some, some more inputs and thoughts and wisdom on how they can sell more and more often. But we will be, pause for a break for now. and we will be right back. So again, this is Coach Jonathan and Coach Kyle of the Academy, and you're watching Champion Ang Pinoy sa Amerika. We will be right back.
Welcome to the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship in this new digital economy. People from all walks of life, students, professionals, and online entrepreneurs, direct sellers, online dropshippers are now looking for innovative ways and means to maximize the power of this new digital economy and learn from home and earn from home as well. Remember that there are 3 critical success factors for you to be successful in this new digital economy. Number 1 is your entrepreneurial mindset. Number 2, your entrepreneurial mastery. And number 3 is your entrepreneurial management. 3 questions that you have to ask yourself. What are you passionate about? Number 2, what are the relative skills that you have in this new economy? And number 3, what do you think are the expectations of your partners or your clients or your customers? We at the Academy offer you valuable masterclass courses that will develop you and hone you to become a champion entrepreneur online. We want you to become a digital brand in this new economy. So click the link below and learn more about the 4 masterclass courses that we offer in entrepreneurship, in entrepreneurial management, digital entrepreneurship, and digital selling. So again, I'm your coach, Jonathan Petalver of the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship in this new digital economy. Welcome and see you in class.
All right, so with us once again is Coach Kyle live from San Jose, California, and this is the last part of our topic on our online masterclass platform, which is all about how you can sell more and more often. So before I bring back Coach Kyle, I just would like to summarize, and then he will synthesize and conclude our session for today. So one thing I learned today is if you want to really sell more and more often, okay, in this new digital economy, is what he mentioned about choosing the right industry. So, Kabayan, if you are watching us right now, we have partners, right? We have partner advocates like SMDC, Ortigas Land, Philippine Real Estate Investments, wherein you don't have to shell out a capital, but you can have a chance to be a dreamer, a digital real estate affiliate marketer of those 2 companies. So join us, just log on to coachjonathan.net, and all you have to do is you're going to post, which is what you're already doing, and then the 2 partners that we have here, big developers coming from the Philippines, will be the ones to close the deal for you. So again, let me repeat that. All you have to do is post something about SMDC or Ortigas, of which they're going to give you materials, and once someone inquired, then what? They'll be the ones to close it, and you will earn together as well. So you post, they close, you earn together. For me, choosing the right industry here, back here in the Philippines, is real estate. The right industry right now is the real estate industry, because every 3 months, just imagine, it appreciates. So for me, why start business, right? Or invest on something else when you can have this 3-in-1 package from these partner advocates. Also, Coach Kyle mentioned about the power of leveraging. Maybe some of us are thinking, oh, I don't have a background in entrepreneurship. I don't have a business management course, so how can I be successful? Guess what? You have to just leverage on the existing platform or system that we are offering or somebody's offering. It's hard to say no. One thing I learned, it's hard to say no to an opportunity you never have heard of. Correct? Ang hirap pong pahindian, kabayan. Yung ay ayoko. Ang hirap umayaw sa isang bagay na hindi mo naman narinig o naintindihan. If I were you, just spend 15, 30 minutes of your time, listen to that opportunity, conceptualize, contextualize, and actualize on it, and see. Maybe that's the opportunity that you are waiting for you to leverage. Of course, Coach Kyle mentioned about finding the right mentor. Mga kababayan, it's very, very important, right? I've been in business for more than 20 years, but still I have mentors, right? Because it's hard to know everything, but at least you understand everything from a point of view of a mentor. When I say a mentor, could he be successful? Yes and no. Maybe he failed a lot of times, just like me, school of hard knocks, right? That's why when I tell people I will make you a millionaire, that doesn't mean that I won millions. Yes, I did, but I lost millions as well. That's why I will share with you how not to do. Sometimes it's good that you listen to people who failed, so they will teach us how not to do things, right, Coach Kyle? That's because Coach Kyle mentioned mentorship is wisdom, because that's where wisdom comes in. That's why sometimes I wonder, CEOs, how come CEOs make great decisions? You know why? Because they made a lot of decisions. In fact, they made a lot of a not so good decision. That's why this time they will tell themselves, this time I will make the right decision. And also Coach Kyle mentioned about changing your thoughts, because as you change your thoughts, it will really change your life. And before we end this, and before I bring in Coach Kyle again to conclude our session for today, to sell more and win more often in this new digital economy, it's best that we become an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is now the new model of entrepreneurship. Coach Kyle?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Hey.
How are you for our pilot episode for North America? I mean, US, champion Ang Pinoy sa USA, sa America. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, I have to say, Coach Jay, it has been an incredible experience so far, just being able to dialogue with you, but know that this will be broadcasted through hundreds, thousands, maybe millions eventually around the world. And there's no better topic than entrepreneurship, than intrapreneurship. And I love what you said is I too came from, you know, a lot of us don't have college degrees. A lot of us didn't go to university, but I believe that both of us have been to a university, UHK, University of Hard Knocks. You're right.
Correct.
The reason why we can speak confidently and really share with you is because we've made so many mistakes and we had so many failures. And I love it. I wish failures gave seminars, gave teachings, because you're right. You know, they can sit up there and tell us things that we should not do. And that in turn would probably make us a fortune, you know? So it really is incredible what you learn. And sometimes, guys, you need to empty the cup. You need to empty your cup, because sometimes we feel like we know everything. And when you have a full cup, you cannot put any more in the cup. And then you say, you know, we don't know what we don't know. Some things that we feel that we believe today, we will not believe tomorrow or next year, because the world is changing and everything is adapting.
Sure. That's why, you know, as we end this session, one thing I learned from you today, Coach Kyle, that will, I hope, you know, will you know, like be beneficial to all our audience, na sa ating mga kababayan, is it's really about, you know, not looking as your failure as you as the person. Because for me, of course, as you mentioned about the school of hard knocks and all, yes, we earned millions of pesos, or, you know, in your case, millions of dollars in the past, but you lost as well. You will really, it's either you win. For me, if I will summarize it, the mindset is sometimes you will win, but most of the time you will learn. So there's no losing part. There's no losing part, because one thing I saw to some, they're supposed to win, but they quit. I think that's one also of the key reasons why the rich grow richer, because when they fail, they keep on keeping on. You know, they keep on keeping on and keeping on and keeping on until such time they see that this is how it's going to work. But with this new digital economy, as I mentioned, you're from the other part of the world. I'm from the other part of the world. And, you know, just imagine we can collaborate and we can really, you know, create what I call an ecosystem wherein, you know, because you never know. What you think will work, guys, might not work. But what you think might not work, might work. So Coach Kyle and I and the rest of our coaches from, you know, the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship, is here. And let us know how we can help you, because this is now a new platform and you will see Coach Kyle every week, right? Every other week in our show, but we're looking at providing a platform, at least for our Filipino immigrants in North America, wherein it could be a platform for you to somehow share with us, let's say, Coach John, Coach Kyle, this is something I'd like to start here in California. This is something I'd like to start here in New York. You think, what else can we do? You get my point, Coach Kyle. It's a platform of really testing. It's like an MBA. Because in an actual MBA, when I used to teach in a postgrad school, this is how we do it. It's a business case. No student will say it will not work. No student will say, but it's good that someone will throw in the punches right away, which is not costly for you at this point in time. Right, Coach Kyle?
Yeah, no, I agree. And what you've done is you've made, I believe genius is, a lot of people think genius is making something complicated, meaning only, complicated issues, making it more complicated so you can sound smart. But I believe genius is making the complicated and breaking it down to simple terms. Breaking the complicated, making it simplistic. And that's what you've done, Coach Jay, is you've created that MBA course, that Harvard course, that course that most people would have to wait 10 years, 20 years to learn, because with experience, you've been able to compress the time frames into the learning.
Or simply, Coach Kyle, it's breaking the confidence. You get my point? Because a lot of Filipinos, and I'm talking about Filipinos that I spoke to wherever they are in the world. And in fact, we have one right now. Thank you for watching, Coach Raquel Pangilinan. She's an overseas Filipino worker from Hong Kong. See, it's in Asia. And she values education. Because, Coach Kyle, not everyone was given a business education in the Philippines. But seriously, there are a lot of successful entrepreneurs, businessmen that have been my students in the graduate school who doesn't have even a background or didn't finish school at all. What's the point? It's about confidence. Business is all about execution. And we are here. Coach Kyle is here. Coach Jonathan is here. And the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship, is here to somehow give you pointers, like what entrepreneurial branding is all about, what demand-driven marketing is all about, how to create a pull rather than push, how to convert, how to win the sale, how to win more and more, manage customers. All this stuff will be giving you confidence. And that's what matters, because in all reality, Coach Kyle, I don't know if you will affirm me on this, entrepreneurship cannot be taught. You really have to go into it, right, and experience it, and come out with your own learnings. Right? Because I don't know if you're aware of it. My professors, when I was taking up business, are not business people. They are professors. That's why I hope you appreciate it, mga kababayan, na itong platform na ito, you just have to go and listen and share. If you can watch it live, well and good. At least you can participate in our live comments and discussions. But if you're watching this on a replay, share it. Who knows? The people you're sharing this to is the right time for them to listen and share and ask questions. And we will be open to do that. Coach Kyle, any parting words before we go? I'm sorry to let you go, but it's been an hour. It's been an hour.
I can't believe it, Coach Jay. You mentioned in the beginning, like, oh, this hour is going to go fast. I'm thinking, what are we going to talk about? But you're right. To echo what you said, my parting words is this: business, leadership, entrepreneurship, intrapreneurship is more caught than taught. It's something that you have to experience and go through it. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit painful through failures, but it's not failure. It's your learning along the way. But when you have great coaches, like, of course, Coach Jonathan, and the resources in play, it allows you to win faster and win bigger. And my last thing is the three steps, I believe, is number one, of course, choose to be an intrapreneur. That's number one. Number two, find the right industry for you. Mine, it happens to be financial services, because I can do it offline, online. And three is, of course, find the right support system, find the right platform, have the right mentorship, leadership in place that can help you get to your goal. And that's why we have a lot of people from different backgrounds, whether there be caretakers, nurses, doctors, ditch diggers, stay-at-home moms, college grads. You need something in place to transition you from where you're at to where you want to become. So with that being said, Coach Jay, thank you so much for this incredible time. Really appreciate it.
Correct, Coach Kyle. And of course, you are somehow the guest right now. And I think, Jess and Jay Kahi. Right. So, Kate Tiger. Thank you for watching, Jess and Jay.
That's my brother
And,
from Hawaii.
All right, from Hawaii. All right. So, again, Coach Kyle, I'll see you in the next 2 weeks, right?
Yes,
in
sir.
the next 2 weeks, and we will continue our discussion and go into details on how we can share and on how we can somehow equip our kababayans and anyone who would like to be part of our platform, how you can make money, and even so, how your money can make money for you. And to the superlative, Coach Kyle, is how you will mentor someone, not just make money, but make their money make money for them. So again, thank you so much, Coach Kyle, and to all our audience, thank you. Maraming salamat sa ating mga kababayan na nanonood sa North America, sa Canada, at sa America. And we hope to see you again next week. This is your coach, Coach Jonathan, streaming live from the Philippines. And of course, Coach Kyle, streaming live from the Bay Area in San Jose, California. Again, you are watching Champion Ang Pinoy. Parati lamang po tatandaan, mga kababayan, anuman ang plano nating gawin o ano ang plano nating pasukin, parati lamang po natin itong ipagdasal, pag-aralan, pagtrabahuhan, pagsumigasigan, at higit sa lahat, ipagmalaki mo dahil yan ang champion mindset. Magkita-kita po tayo muli sa susunod na linggo, together with Coach Rachel and Mel Abonita naman all the way from Canada. Thank you so much, Coach Kyle. Coach Jonathan, live from the Academy. See you in class.
Welcome to the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship in this new digital economy. People from all walks of life, students, professionals, and online entrepreneurs, direct sellers, online dropshippers are now looking for innovative ways and means to maximize the power of this new digital economy and learn from home and earn from home as well. Remember that there are 3 critical success factors for you to be successful in this new digital economy. Number 1 is your entrepreneurial mindset. Number 2, your entrepreneurial mastery. And number 3 is your entrepreneurial management. 3 questions that you have to ask yourself. What are you passionate about? Number 2, what are the relative skills that you have in this new economy? And number 3, what do you think are the expectations of your partners or your clients or your customers? We at the Academy offer you valuable masterclass courses that will develop you and hone you to become a champion entrepreneur online. We want you to become a digital brand in this new economy. So click the link below and learn more about the 4 masterclass courses that we offer in entrepreneurship, in entrepreneurial management, digital entrepreneurship, and digital selling. So again, I'm your coach, Jonathan Petalver of the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship in this new digital economy. Welcome and see you in class.